Here's a question we're asking today. How can real estate professionals like you avoid becoming a lowest price commodity? And this is for the audience. We talked about this before, but more for the audience to clarify what this question is. Competition, it's out there, it's growing. That's just business. You got big tech, you got smart local operators. Everyone's feeling a squeeze. But how can you avoid that? How can you avoid being squeezed out to like the lowest price, flat fee guy?
Number one is generate more leads than you can handle so that you can cherry pick the ones that want to do business your way. So that's like a Raving Fans. If you haven't read the Raving Fans book, that's the basic principle. Identify what you want, identify what your client wants, make sure there's a fit, and then deliver wow plus one. So really define who your client is and who your client isn't. I remember back to when I was first in the business, I would like anything with dirt under it. I was like, I will finance it. I don't regret what I did because it really made me hustle and work hard. And not that I don't work hard now. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying that with wisdom and years, I've learned, I wish I had established earlier, this is the kind of business that I'm willing to take and this isn't. So when I've sacrificed, my either time or things that kind of go against my ideal client, it doesn't always work out great. So I stick to my perfect client now more than I ever have before. And so more of a business by design.
Be different. It's really simple. It's really, really simple. Offer what others aren't. When you look at what everybody else is doing in your marketplace, run the other direction as hard as you can. And for me, that was looking around and seeing the landscape, and everybody had on a suit jacket and a tie, and they were professionals, and they were not the average Joe, and they were not very approachable. And I agreed very early on that I was going to market differently, and Facebook was my means, and so was video, and I embraced it.
There's a ton of competition right now for sure. And, I'm going to echo what they said too, is you have to stand out. You have to make yourself different. You have to provide more, my focus is trying to provide the best service that I can for my clients. And, being an investor, I feel like I have a lot more connections and things like that. Actually, I've always wanted to flip houses. And once I started doing that, I feel like my business went up because they love the idea of flipping houses, And so now, client needs their carpets cleaned, or they need paint, or they need whatever, they need. They know they can call me because I have all those connections. And, I focus on my warm market. That's where I try to nurture all of my business, like she said, becoming having Raving Fans. That's what I try to do. I try to stay, top of mind for all of my warm market because that's where all my leads come. 8 years, like he said, also 8 years, that's when you start getting, all those repeat clients that are coming back time and time again to sell and buy again.
I think the absolute number one way they could do that is by picking a niche. I think the riches are in the niches. I think that similar to what the other people who were on said, your other guests, it's a crowded marketplace right now. Real estate's crazy, especially if you're a real estate agent. I really think that specializing in real estate as a whole is only going to get you so far. I think that picking a niche, you have to ask yourself, what specific value can I bring to the market? Not just, okay, I'm a real estate agent, I'm going to run around and, try to get any old listing I could. And Chris, I actually learned that the hard way. So when I jumped into real estate full time, I thought, hey, I have a real estate license. I don't have to specialize in anything. I'll just run around, try to get any old listing I can, try to strum up business and make a career for myself. But by doing that, I realized, I'm only getting so far. I have to stop, reevaluate my business and where I'm at, and figure out what am I going to specialize in? What am I going to be known for? And that's how I got into short sales. So I think, like I said, being an agent, investor, whatever you are in real estate, pick a niche 100%.
So the way I survive is whiskey, but the way I survive a market is, I've been here. I've seen all the ups and downs. I was here in subprime. I was here in Wall Street reform. I was here when George Bush was giving the tax credits away. I was here in The Big Short. I lived The Big Short, if you haven't seen the movie. I'm sure you have.
Yes, yes.
You know, in the end, really, it's personality and it's knowing your stuff. I mean, you know, since you've personally done transactions with me, I'm pretty opinionated on the process. Like, I'm going to tell you what I think or what we need to do to get things done. I'm going to lead you in there. I'm not just out to sell you a house, and I let clients know that on the very, very first phone call. I'm not out to sell you a house. I don't care. I don't care if you buy a house this week, next week, in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. It's got to be the right house. And I'm going to let you know. You're going to know when I think it's the right house. You're also going to know if I think it's a wrong house. So anybody can show a house. Anybody can write an offer. It's knowing the market. It's knowing the neighborhood. And people just know that innately. I think they know that after dealing with you. So just when I have new guys coming on, I say, you're not busy right now. You need to print out, 5, 10 houses and go look at them. And then next day, look at a different area, different price points, and memorize the market. Sometimes I get a little snotty with my guys. I'm like, you can try me. Give me an address. Give me a neighborhood, and I'll tell you what the price per square foot is. I'll tell you how much it should be listed for or what, just because I've been doing it for so long. And that's the way I think to get credibility, not be commodity. Know the market inside and out. And people would understand that.
Well, to not be the lowest price commodity, you have to value the relationships. And that's why all of us are in business. Now, I'm a search engine engineer. I'm a data person. And if I can build relationships using a couple techniques that I'm going to tell you, certainly you could do better than me. I don't even have any hair, right? What I've learned in coaching tens of thousands of real estate agents and insurance agents and dentists and chiropractors and whatnot is that you have the power of relationship right here in your phone. And what most people don't realize is literally, like, I can see that Jamie just sent me a message. Here it is. She was wondering whether I was going to make it in the event. Here it is, right? Here's the text message that she sent me. And I could reply with words, which is what most people would do. But instead, I'm going to hit this camera button on the left side. And I'm going to hit video. I'm going to say right here, Jamie, I am so happy to see you. I'm with Chris right now. Looking forward to seeing you also in the show Real Estate Hacking Live. And there, I just made a video. It's a 9-second video. I'm pressing send. And now I've replied with this video. What do you think the difference is, Chris, replying with video versus just typing out some words with my thumbs?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, even if you ignore the fact that a lot of language gets lost in translation from text. Yeah. The video, the voice tone, and of course the extra effort that speaks volumes.
Yeah.